The Code of Criminal Procedure 1898. CRPC. Total marks 10. Topic number 1. Important definitions of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1898. A. Introduction Summary of topic. Definition Clause. Introduction of topic. Section 4. A. Advocate General. As per Section 4 of the Criminal Procedure Code, an Advocate General holds the principal law office of the provincial government. B. Bailable offences, non-bailable offences. CRPC does not define the terms bailable or non-bailable. General understanding of the term bailable is that an offence where the accused is entitled to bail as a matter of right. The bail procedure of these sections is dealt with in Section 496. Non-bailable offences, on the other hand, are those where the right of bail is conditioned, and the accused has to earn that concession of bail by proving case within the provisions of Section 497 of the Code. The schedule of the Code of Criminal Procedure provides for a list of offences bailable and non-bailable in natures. However, a test that has been introduced through precedents is that generally offences which are punishable with imprisonment less than 3 years are bailable and the remaining are not. C. Charge. Section 4 of CRPC does not provide any definition for charge, simply states that it includes charge and head of charges. In technical terms, it can be said that a charge is a precise formulation of the specific accusation made against a person who is entitled to know its nature at the early stage of the trial. In most straightforward understanding, a charge could make the allegation for which prosecution is supposed to lead evidence to prove its case. In contrast, the defense can bring evidence is disproof, but the burden to disprove is not on the defense. The requirements and framing of charge are dealt in sections 221 onwards. The chapter simply deals with procedure of framing of charge. We can say that charge is the beginning of a criminal trial. D. Cognizable offense, cognizable case. The word cognizance means to initiate or to take notice of. All those cases in which the police is authorized to initiate an investigation without the permission of the magistrate, or where the police can arrest without a warrant, are known to be cognizable cases of cognizable offences. When an individual approached the police with a cognizable offence, the police, before initiating the investigation or arrest, is bound to register the first information report, FIR, and after that is at liberty to proceed in accordance with the law. E. Complaint. Complaint means allegations made either in writing or orally to the magistrate against a person, whether known or unknown, but it does not include a police report. It is apparent from the definition that a complaint is no FIR. Procedure for filing of a complaint or a direct complaint is provided in Section 200 to 203. The complaint can be filed before a magistrate for an offence whether cognizable in nature or non-cognizable in nature. There is no legal embargo on the aggrieved person in the filing of the complaint. The definition lays down 3 principles. I. A complainant cannot be any person, meaning thereby, the only aggrieved person can approach the courts of magistrate with a complaint. An aggrieved person is either the victim of a crime or family member of the victim of deceased. Unlike FIR, which can be registered by any person having the information of commission of cognizable offence. 2. The forum of the complaint is the judicial magistrate. Therefore, even if the facts of the complaint reveal the commission of an offence which is triable by the courts of sessions, the complaint is to be filed before the judicial magistrate, who, after fulfilling the requirements set in sections 200 to 203, if takes cognizance, will transfer the case to the appropriate jurisdiction. 3. The whereabouts of the accused are not essential. The complaint can be brought forward against unknown persons. F. Inquiry. Inquiry is a proceeding conducted by a magistrate in order to determine the truth or falsity of a certain fact before an accused is charged with an offence. It is distinguishable from trial and investigation. Trial is a proceeding which concludes in an acquittal or conviction, whereas investigation is collection of evidence for initiating trial against accused as alleged. An inquiry, on the other hand, is to determine the truth and falsity of certain fact. An inquiry is not necessarily based on an offense. Following proceedings are inquiry under CRPC. A proceeding under Section 133. A proceeding under Section 144. A proceeding under Section 145. A proceeding under Section 174. A proceeding under Section 202. A proceeding under Section 329 to the extent of the state of mind of the accused person. G. Investigation. Investigation includes all the proceedings under CR. C. For the collection of evidence conducted by a police officer or by any other person other than a magistrate. Investigation generally consists of follow steps. Proceedings to the spot. Ascertainment of the facts circumstances of the case. Discovery and arrest of the suspected offender. Collection of evidence relating to the commission of the offense which may consist of examination of various persons, including the accused, and the reduction of their statements into writing. The search of place or seizure of things considered necessary for the investigation and to be produced at the trial, and formation of opinion as to whether on the material collected there is a case to place the accused before the magistrate for trial. H. Judicial proceeding. As defined under Section 4, M, it is any proceedings in the course of which either evidence may or may not be taken on oath. It includes inquiry or trial but not investigation. Under CR. C. Following proceedings are held to be judicial proceedings. Proceedings under Section 88 into claims to attached property. Proceedings for issuance of search warrants under Section 96. Proceedings under Section 100. Proceedings under Section 122 for fitness of sureties. Proceedings under Sections 133 to 143 pertaining to public nuisance. Proceedings under Section 145. The test for determination whether a proceeding is a judicial proceeding under Section 4, M, or not is to see that whether in the course of proceeding, the presiding judge has the power legally to take evidence on oath and not whether he has actually taken such evidence. I. Non-cognizable offense, non-cognizable case. Non-cog case or offenses are opposite of cog cases or offense. In non-cog cases or offenses, the police is bound to approach a magistrate before making any investigation into the information received. The police cannot arrest the alleged accused without obtaining warrants from the magistrate. When a person approached the police with facts disclosing an offense non-cognizable in nature, the police cannot register the FIR but register a non-cog report and forward it to the judicial magistrate. J. Offense. Any act or omission which is punishable by the law for the time being in force is an offense. Offense is the codified form of word crime. By using the word offense when characterize every action or omission in a certain class and give it a name. K. Officer in charge of a police station. Officer in charge of a police station can be following three persons. 1. Officer in charge of the police station as appointed by government. 2. When the officer in charge of the police station is absent from the station house or ill or other cause to perform his duties, the police officer present at the station house who is next in rank to such officer and is above the rank of constable. 3. When the provincial government so directs, any other police officer so present. L. Pleader. Includes 1. An advocate. 2. A vakil or any attorney of High Court so authorized. 3. Any other person appointed with the permission of the court.